Look, I just got this flake salt here, bro. I never seen this before.
Yeah.
I use like the bitch with the umbrella on it.
Iodine.
Iodine. So we gonna use some of that. You know what I mean?
All right, that's damn. Okay, it's like big flakes, so
Right.
you don't need that much.
So personally, when I'm seasoning the steaks, bro, we gonna grill them. You can over season it because the grill gonna take most of it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're talking about coming from humble beginnings and things like that, bro. Like me and you been through some of the most similar things, and I feel like we are some of the people who made it through it, and those people are supposed to help with their experiences, right? And that's what the Tavern is about.
Right.
So if you don't mind me asking, bro, like, you know, we both come from foster care, adoption, and things of that nature. Can you tell us a little bit about, you know, your beginnings and where you come from, and who is Callie J before, you know, the artist?
Man, that's a long story. But I was adopted. I was in the foster care system pretty young. But when I was adopted, that's when I came to the Mo. And that's how I grew, you know.
So you
Frisco.
Was you adopted from the hospital? Like you never met your birth parents?
Nah, I know my birth parents actually. And so me and my biological mom, we actually have a pretty close relationship. You know, I was just talking to her today.
That's what's up.
You know, and that came later. But you know, like as far as the beginning of my life, I always remember, you know, being with my mom and my younger sister. You feel me? And then, you know, fast forward in my story when I was adopted and, you know, ended up growing up in the Mo. You feel me? It was just like, that's my family.
How old was you when you was adopted?
I was about five years old.
Do you remember anything before 5? Like,
yeah, bits and pieces. I
So-
remember bits and pieces of my life.
when you
before
met
that.
your mom again, your biological mom, did you remember? Like, did you know you had a biological mom? Like, did you know
Yeah.
I'm adopted?
I always knew that. Like,
Okay,
I always
got
knew
you.
that. You think about, like, you 5 years old.
Right.
You know, as much as, like, there is to learn about the world.
Right.
You feel me? You still kind of aware of what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, I was 18 when we started to reconnect and, you know, build our relationship back. And, you know, that shit was good. I needed that shit, you know?
Was that something that you initiated, or was that something
I
she
initiated it. You know, back then, this was before I was really on Instagram. You know,
Right.
Facebook was the thing. And so,
Right.
you know, we all know on Facebook, and, you know, you got all your relatives and stuff. You can find them somehow. Hop, skip, and a
Right.
jump. And so, yeah, I reached out and, you know, ended up taking moms out to lunch. And, like, we talked about everything. We talked about life. And it was one of those moments where it's just like, I just let her know I wasn't mad, you know, like everything happened for a reason. I'm glad where I ended up, you know,
So you
and
didn't
how I
grow up
was
bitter
raised.
toward her?
And, you know, phases in life.
You ain't
you know.
felt abandoned? I'm only
Of
asking
course
these
you-
questions
it's
is
real.
because
We know
this
each
was
other,
my
bro.
shit that I was going through,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just recently, feel me, forgiving my mom on some real forgiveness shit only because I had a daughter, right? So the fact that you initiated that shit as opposed to me who was trying to, like, don't ever come back here, bitch. You feel me?
Yeah.
I was, you know, just trying to get to it, like, what made you not be bitter?
I feel like, you know, growing up, I was bitter, you know, in certain ways, but I didn't recognize it at that time. You know, now being, you know, 29 years old, I've lived, you know, enough of life. I'm still very young. I'm like just beginning, but it's like, you know, I've lived with that feeling enough to know that I don't like that. You know, and so I wanna get to the root of why I'm feeling that so I can stop feeling that. And, you know, when you examine that, you know, I ended up forgiving moms because I understand this life is hard, bro.
Right.
Like there's no roadmap to being human. Cause it changes. The world is always changing. You know, when she was my age, I don't know what she was dealing with. You know,
Her experience was different.
it was very different. And as many mistakes as I've made in my life, bro, I'm like, I understand. I believe in second chances and, you know, being able to start over. And so that's what I did. Like that was the opportunity for me, for us to start over. And, you know, that doesn't mean to forget the past, forget what happened, but, you know, it doesn't have to control us and control where we're going in the future, because that's what's ahead of us.
Right.
Right.
So you let it go.